Government has allocated $220 million to deal with the floods caused by the spillage of the Akosombo Dam. Members of Parliament in the Volta region, led by North Tongue MP Samuel Okujoto-Ablakwa, have demanded a resettlement and compensation package for victims. Government says this $220 million announced in the 2024 budget is mainly for relief packages. Parliamentary Affairs correspondent Kweku Asante has more in the following report.
So that is how both sides of the House jeered and cheered when Finance Minister Ofori Atta concluded the 2024 budget. The minority clearly not enthused with the measures outlined by government to deal with the economic slump, whilst the majority believe this is the stage, this is where things begin to turn around. The Finance Minister says Ghana's economy will now be valued at $1 trillion from the $219.5 billion they recorded in 2017.
The 2024 budget is even more significant because we cross, Mr. Speaker, the 1 trillion gross domestic product mark for the first time in our economic history. Let me repeat, Mr. Speaker, Ghana's economy under President Akufo-Addo in 2024, final year in office, is projected to be valued over 1 trillion Ghana cedis in 2024 from the 219.
But more importantly, one of the key issues this government has introduced in this 2024 budget is that $220 million is now budgeted for the communities that were affected by the Akosombo Dam spillage.
Government has budgeted an amount of $220 million to support the relief phase for the communities affected by the Akosombo spillage, as well as floods upstream in the Oti, Savannah, and Bono East regions.
But one thing that stood out also is that Finance Minister Ofori Atta told Parliament that this government has created 2.3 million jobs.
Invested $541 million in 169 IDF, 1D1F enterprises to scale up value addition and provided 140,000 additional jobs. And we have created, Mr. Speaker, over 2.3 million jobs in the private sector and public sector, approximately 900,000 in the private sector and 1.4 million in the public sector.
But in terms of the numbers in this budget, one of the key things is that government expects to raise 176.4 billion Ghana cedis in revenue in 2024, and it is projecting that it will spend 226.7 billion. That is about 50 billion in terms of the deficit, but government will be seeking to claw some back in terms of the revenue mobilization. The La General Hospital also came up.
Mr. Speaker, total revenue and grants is projected at 176.4 billion Ghana cedis, 16.8% of GDP as we move towards our 18% target. And this is underpinned by permanent revenue measures, largely tax revenue measures amounting to 0.9% of GDP. Mr. Speaker, total expenditure is projected at 226.7 billion, 21.6% of GDP.
The 2024 budget is now set to be debated from next week Monday when Parliament concludes work on the post-budget workshop. But there were no mention of new taxes. When this budget was about to be presented, we heard a lot of things about new taxes set to be introduced, but the Finance Minister has not announced any. In the coming days, we will see if there will be bills that will come to Parliament by way of taxes. We'll be looking forward to seeing that. But also, there have been no blanket removal of taxes. Government, of course, has committed to zero VAT rates on sanitary pads that will be imported and actually manufactured locally. And MPs are now set to debate it from Monday, and the Speaker says it will be a showdown. Reporting for Joy News, Kweku Asante, Parliament House.
Now let's get some reactions to the budget reading. We start with the minority MPs who say they are completely unimpressed and are describing the fiscal policy as empty. Dr. Ghc220m is minority leader.
Mr. Speaker, this government is leaving behind a budget that is debt-riddled. It's leaving behind an economy that is overtaxed. You are leaving behind an economy that is seeing hyperinflation. You are leaving behind an economy that is seeing high food inflation. And you are leaving behind an economy that is seeing high monetary policy rate. If that is not enough, Mr. Speaker, this government is leaving behind an economy with high lending rate. You are again leaving behind an economy with high unemployment rate. Mr. Speaker, as if again that is not enough, you are leaving behind a misery index that has never been witnessed in this fourth republic. In fact, you are leaving behind a misery economy. In other words, a misery economy. Mr. Speaker, to conclude on this matter, let me say that they are also leaving behind an economy where we are seeing massive and uncontrolled corruption according to the Party Bishop Conference. Mr. Speaker, this is the scorecard of this government. This is the legacy they are leaving behind. And so most importantly, I'm not surprised that today you are here reading the budget alone. Where is the governor of the Bank of Ghana? Nowhere. Where is the vice president? Nowhere. But let me say, they cannot abandon you. You did this with them. And so they are the faces of destruction, and you are part of it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Mr. Minister. Bye-bye, MPP. Then this is your scorecard. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Well, majority MPs, however, say they will expose the opposition National Democratic Congress's poor record on the economy. Alexander Feyomakin is Deputy Majority Leader.
That the figures cannot be toyed with. Dr. Atufosin, let me remind you that your government could not implement a single landing beach project. You came into this house with a law. You chickened out and you came to do capping. This government has successfully heard the cries of the fishermen, and we have constructed 12 landing beach sites. You come from the central region. You've not been able to do that for the people of central region. And you are telling him that he has underperformed. Hey, at all. Hey, Dr. Fawcett. Hey, at all. Are you saying that you as a deputy finance minister, you did better than Ofori Atta? Is that what you are saying? Mr. Speaker, it's the same NDC with its old men. They have no more card to play. They played their only joker on the scorecard. And today, you tell us that this economy is in its worst state. It was worse with all that we've experienced under COVID, with all that we've experienced on the global space. We have managed to keep the light on. We inherited doomsday under you. We inherited a situation where children could not go to secondary schools. And Mr. Speaker, we are ready for you today, tomorrow, any other day. Mr. Speaker, I thank you so much.